Almighty God, who in thy infinite wisdom and providential goodness has appointed the offices of rulers and councils for the welfare of society and the just government of man, we beseech thee to behold with thy abundant favor as thy servants, whom thou hast been pleased to call to the performance of such important trusts in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Let thy blessing descend upon us here in this parliament assembled, and grant that we may, in thy presence, treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote thy honor and glory, and to advance the good of those whose interests thou hast committed to our charge, all which we ask in the name and for the sake of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Good morning, members. Just some short announcements. I received 3 correspondence, one from the Honorable Prime Minister, one from Senator Laurie Victor, and one from Honorable Greta Roberts. The Honorable Prime Minister has requested permission to be absent because he's out of state, and he has asked to extend his apologies to you, Honorable Anthony Charles, for not being present during your response to the Minister of Finance. He specifically asked that I extend that to you. In regards to Honorable Laurie Victor and Honorable Greta Roberts, Senator, the Honorable Laurie Victor is unwell. She's expected to attend this afternoon. And Honorable Greta Roberts will be late today. She'll maybe be later down this morning because she's attending a regional cadet corps ceremony or conference, which she has to give a speech. So, so that's just these short announcements there. As per the motion moved last week, the Minister of Finance spoke for 3 hours. 3 hours. Huh? Oh, 3 hours, 6 minutes. So I was removing your addition, your extras, what, 6 minutes? Okay, nice. Okay, good. And the motion has moved so that the Honorable Anthony Charles could be given the same time to respond to the budget address, and also that the Honorable Prime Minister be given an hour and a half in his deliberation, his intervention, and Honorable Ministers be given 1 hour, and the usual, as per the standing order, 30 minutes to all other members. All other members. So we may proceed. Although normally, Honorable Dr. McIntyre, Honorable Vince Anderson, AG, maybe we should move first to the normal processes although we move the motion, but sometimes they still move a motion according to Rule 41.6 to suspend the standing order and to allow him the same time. Yeah. 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 Yeah, so we don't have to do it again. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's proceed. Do you need okay.
Morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Morning to this most honorable House, viewers. Before I dive into my presentation, this is the second budget that we have been moving a motion to allow someone to in the opposition, an elected member, to rebut the budget. I think on December 2022, Honorable Jesma Victor Paul won a seat. I won my seat. I did the most gentleman thing, ladies first. She got her time, and then she resigned. So this is the second time we have to keep moving motion. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution is in crisis. And I think I hold myself responsible for causing a crisis in the Constitution. Some might say no, some might say yes. But I'm reaching out a hand to the next elected member for us to solve this situation, because the president's office is just over there. And maybe PS Valmore can draft something for us, sign it today and drop it off before lunchtime, and solve this constitutional crisis. We might laugh, but this to me is getting out of hand. And we have in Dominica like it's a joke. And we, maybe not you, we need to solve this. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to give the honorable member from Salisbury a minute of my time to answer this, if she's willing to vote on me.
She cannot do that now. Maybe
now.
When her opportunity comes, if she wishes, she can respond. If she wishes. But you need to proceed with the response to the budget.
All right. So I'll move forward with this.
Yes. Okay.
Mr. Speaker, before I actually address the budget, I'd like to send some condolences to the Gary Ed family, especially his sons, Jason and Damian. I personally know Mr. Gary Ed because he has an estate above my parents. And we personally got close, especially when I won the election. We used to work hand in hand. And he was very passionate about beautification. He actually used to clean the roadside for about 2 miles up to his estate, which I was extremely grateful as a young boy to walk along that route. May his soul rest in peace, may his family grieve in peace, and I wish them well in their endeavors, especially with their companies, which they are located in the airport, with my cousin, the Minister of Tourism, always working with Mr. Ed. So we'd like to extend the condolences to his family, and I'll be at that funeral to represent my parents because we were very close. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to send some gratitude to this honorable house, especially you, Mr. Speaker, and the government of the day, for granting me some opportunities to travel abroad on government business. For example, in Venezuela, and most recently, OECS Civil Assembly. In these presentations or meetings I went to with Honorable Minister, Mr. Roland Roy present, the only thing I keep hearing is unity, unity, unity. For anything to work in the world, in the Caribbean, even at home, we need unity, Mr. Speaker. So, for something to work, right now we're at home. For something to work, Mr. Speaker, we need unity. Nothing but unity. So, Mr. Speaker, the budget today was presented on Friday by the Honorable Minister of Finance for fiscal year 2025-2026. I acknowledge the effort of the government in presenting a budget that aims for balancing resilient development and physical discipline for sustainable growth. We see the investment in resilient infrastructure, healthcare, digital transformation, housing, education, tourism, and agriculture as a step towards economic recovery and improving livelihoods. Mr. Speaker, just as the Honorable Minister of Finance segmented his presentation, I'll also do this. Mr. Speaker, I will dive into the most important aspect in Dominica, agriculture development and food security. Mr. Speaker, the significant investment in restoring and developing agriculture and fisheries, aiming to increase production and expand market share, are crucial for our nation's future. The near completion of the National Abattoir in Layo Park is a commendable step that will greatly enhance local meat production capacity. We also recognize the effort in strengthening the fishery sectors through distribution of engines, boat restoration, and construction of fiberglass boats. I commend the significant investment of over $130 million over the past 3 years to restore development of agriculture and fisheries. This includes the distribution of over 10,000 coconut plants to 188 farmers and 1,700 cocoa plants to 85 farmers. I trust that this distribution was done in a fair and equitable manner with no favor in the selection process, ensuring that all deserving farmers had an equal opportunity to benefit. Mr. Speaker, nearly completed 7.7 million modern citrus certification facility at Londonderry, with its capacity to produce up to 50,000 certified citrus plants, is a vital step towards a resilient citrus industry. To maximize its impact, the government can establish a national citrus research and innovation hub in partnership with regional agricultural universities such as UWI, focusing on disease resistance, soil health, and climate resistant citrus varieties. The facility can also serve as a test site for organic pest control methods and eco-friendly practices. We are seeing how things are happening in America with the American universities, and we can partner with Caribbean homegrown universities and further encourage a partnership so more of our young people will choose them over fighting for student visa. In addition, the government can support small farmers by providing subsidized certified plants and launch a Grow Citrus at Home initiative to encourage household-level participation. Mr. Speaker, do you know who have the largest citrus plantation in Dominica? Maybe Mr. Henderson, maybe it's Mr. Roy, maybe it's me. But the local farmer, the smallholders who adopt certified plants, we can distribute it to them because it's not everybody that have the contact or even studying where the plant is. We are fortunate because we know where, and when they say Mr. Vince, they might frighten and say, okay, take all the plants. But we need to be aware of the barefoot man. We have to. So the smallholders who adopt certified plants, good agronomic practice can benefit from the subsidized or the low interest loans, strengthen local production of citrus. We have to reach the barefoot man. With these strategies enhanced, the initiative could eventually transition into a national citrus juice factory, positioning Dominica to rival established brands like Orchard and Pinehill, and become a regional leader in high-quality certification citrus production. Mr. Speaker, Dexia buying passion fruit pulp to sell, and after the merchants is to have to buy it back, the process, and buy it back for us farmers. Dexia need to play a pivotal role in agro-processing. So instead of buying just to sell the raw material, we can process it. Dexia already have the facility, the know-how. So we need to buy into that. So Dexia can do a pivotal role because they're already in the buying process. Because we need to take out the stigma that the farmers have on Dexia. Already my prime minister allotted a few years ago that he don't go and get Dexia no more money. But we need to take out the stigma because Dexia have been delaying payments back in the past years. So the farmers, I know the farmers don't really trust the Dexia process. So we need to erase that stigma about Dexia and capitalize and create more jobs through Dexia. So, Mr. Speaker, I'll move on in the agriculture. The offer of over 300 acres of land for agriculture at the rate of $1 per year per acre for the first 5 years to young farmers is a laudable initiative. However, to ensure its long-term success and sustainability, the government should consider the following recommendation. What will the selection criteria for accessing this land? The government should establish transparent guidelines that prioritize genuinely interested young farmers with viable business plans, especially those focused on food security, agro-processes, and climate-smart practices. We should prioritize even farmers' groups so they can lease the land together and produce together. Introduce tax breaks, grants, and low-interest loans for young farmers who transition from primary agriculture into farm to processing initiatives, such as bottling, drying, packaging, and local produce. Develop and support local farmers, markets, and cooperative outlets across the island where youth farmers can sell directly to consumers. These spaces should be promoted as hubs for fresh local produce, extending the spaces we have for markets that have already been saturated and crowded. 4, invest in a strong public awareness campaign that encourages schools, supermarkets, hotels, and households to buy Dominica-grown produce first. Introduce local procurement targets in government institutions such as hospital and school feeding programs. Even hotels a deduction or rebate on VAT charges when they source locally at a minimum threshold, like say, example, 40%, 50% of their total food procurement from local farms. By pairing land access with meaningful initiative, structured support, and strategic market, the government can turn this bold gesture into a catalyst for youth employment, food sovereignty, and national pride. Mr. Speaker, I also support the proposed rebate program for the selection agricultural commodities such as poultry, productive agriculture, citrus, cocoa, and coffee, and the upcoming crop insurance scheme for vulnerable crops like banana and plantain. These are crucial for boosting output and ensuring food security. And I will also commend the cannabis movement. And this is an industry that started a few years ago, and it has materialized into something big in Dominica. And at the symposium, I realized that, and I know this cannabis industry is a big man thing, but as the Ministry of Finance said, the pushers, example, the House of Nyabinghi was one of the most vibrant persons pushing this industry. So as he said, he's going to extend courtesy to them, which I think that including maybe you give them a license free, maybe tax them after, because I know the fees for license for cannabis is very high. And the House of Nyabinghi mightn't get the fund or to be able to foot it. So I commend them, the government, for extending the courtesy to the House of Nyabinghi. May they continue pushing this industry. However, Mr. Speaker, there is a solution for improvement. The rebate insurance scheme needs to widespread public awareness campaign and streamline easily accessible application process. Furthermore, we must implement a comprehensive farm-to-table strategy that actively links local produce with hotels, restaurants, and schools, guaranteeing a market and significantly reducing resilience of food import that bill is too high. We can produce most of those things we are importing. We need to cut down that bill and make sure we have our food security in check, because the world is moving into a direction that the third world country will be affected as now, not later. Even now we are being affected. So we need to move as fast as we can on securing our food security. Mr. Speaker, I see on my paper the Captain Bruce, but basically infrastructure development like roads, Captain Bruce. I commend the relentless pursuit of road works. the major East Coast road projects valued of 227.8 million from Boadab to Hatton Garden via Cassie Bruce, Kalinago territory, targeted completion by October 2025 with Pigwa Bridge completely. We've undoubtedly improved access and boosting tourism. Drainage upgrades in St. Joseph and Salisbury also contribute to a more resilient road network. While major road projects are vital, we must equally prioritize the ongoing maintenance and climate resilient upgrade of feeder roads and connect our rural farms to the main arteries. Mr. Speaker, Captain Bruce, while we commend the significant investment in national infrastructure, particularly in road mentioned before, we must confront a recurring issue: the inconsistency in quality, oversight, longevity, and even completion of our roads. Mr. Speaker, is a very sad road adjacent to the airport. Banana austerity measures, BAM, started that project before Maria. Mr. Speaker, I don't know what took place. No one gave no report to the farmers, the residents. After Maria, I don't know if the money was blown away. No, the road was cut down in size. It was incompleted. Nobody said, tell nobody nothing. The government maybe know, I don't know if Maria blew away the money. We don't know. So we keep guessing. So up till the date like today, it's not completed. No answer. Okay. Now, last budget, the Honourable Minister mentioned Captain Bruce. This year is mentioned again. I know, I personally witnessed restructuring and emergency, natural disaster, so you can redirect funds. I have done it personally, but I know I get funds for event. And a medical bill came up. I have to take out in it. And next one, I have to take out in it, but it's a CO, so I can health cares. But for example, in Cassie Bruce, we had to relocate, the government had to relocate a few houses and so. So I understand that is maybe the delay for Cassie Bruce, but I'm guessing, because I do not have the knowledge to bring back to the people, because after the budget last year, I jump up, oh, Captain Bruce come in, and I go on Marigot, and yeah, Captain Bruce come in. And a year after, it's still coming. So I understand sometimes I just need a little transparency to know, like, why not? Why didn't have it started? So a little transparency, because we have our caretaker in Marigot, we have a Palrep. So a little transparency to know why not, when it will start, who's the contractor, so I can engage. But I know when it starts, I'll be up there every day. When it starts, hopefully it start, right? By October, okay. All right, I'll take your word for that, Minister of Education, of Agriculture. So, Mr. Speaker, I'll move on to the, as I'm on the road, I'll move on to the airport, because I would like the international airport to continue course. It's 40% completed. It's on course in even advance, because we need to address a sea overtopping issue. And I saw the solution easily. Once the international airport is completed, the Honourable Minister of Public Works, Palrep for Wesley, my recommendation for the sea overtopping below Melvinol, we wouldn't need Melvinol as much. So Mr. Fidel, Honorable Fidel Grant, when you come from the bridge, you go straight across, back to the original road. We do not divert into the sea, we go straight across from Melvinol Bridge, across the airstrip. Sea overtopping solved. So steady the course on the international airport so you can solve my sea overtopping issue, because those drivers, vehicles don't last in the Northeast because of that sea overtopping. It's 2 years and it's finished. People don't even want to buy used vehicles in Marigot West area because it's all Granana. So with the completion of the international airport, it will solve a lot of these issues. So let's steady the course in the international airport, continue, keep the faith, and it will finish. Because we need it to finish to solve a lot of issues. So, Mr. Speaker, I have been seeing that we do not have the different ministries do not cross interline with certain projects. Like we can see the international airport going on, and the Chinese government already promised to fix the road by stages. What I've seen going on at the DOASCO issues, I'll commend them and the government for investing in rehabilitating all the water projects in Warner, Cochrane, Savannah, Thibault, Petit Savannah, Scottsdale. But what I do not want to see, DOASCO have been under tremendous pressure. Our pipes in Marigot have aged, and due to the vibration of the heavy traffic, a lot of pipes have been burst, changed, a lot of leaks on the road. What I do not want to see is after the international airport is completed and the road project is finished, to WASCO come and dig up to replace pipes. So we need to advise all now, Honorable Posio friends, I don't know if we have to call on the Parliament for Atkinson because DOASCO had put it under that calendar owing 1.2 million. So you can give it to DOASCO to buy those pipes to fix the leaks before the road is fixed, because we don't want to see the Chinese spend how much money on the road after the initial bid, after DOASCO come and dig it up to replace those pipes. Because those pipes were there since I was in primary school, or even before, 90s, 80s. So we need to change all this. So now we need the different ministries to coincide with one another. Don't do this separately. We need to coincide with one another. So, Mr. Speaker, collaborate with each other. Thank you, Senator. Collaborate. But remember, we need to keep it simple for the barefoot man to understand, because they don't understand this large language. Now, also, when you go to electricity, the commissioner of the 7 million 5 megawatt battery energy system, storage system in May 2025 is an integral step towards reducing electricity costs and increasing solutions, sir. This 5 megawatt, we know international airport coming, everything coming, is a resilient way to save, ensure stable power. But Mr. Speaker, we all know, geothermal which in Marigot, no way hurry, no way soon, even though it is completed tomorrow. So now we need, because an international airport is like a city by itself, a whole village by itself. So, yes, we have the geothermal. I think we need to also redirect or put back our power plant in Marigot to supply the Northeast, because we need to have the airport on a stable electrical, because it's an international standard. Because besides the generator, we still need the grid to be up to par and maintain the par with it is, because international airport is a standard. So maybe the Minister of Energy will explain how he can establish that, maybe before putting the plant back in Marigot or something. Maybe he can explain. But when it's time, he'll explain that for me. but I have to ask questions because I know geothermal is not going to reach Marigot by the time the completion of international airport. Maybe it'll have less load on the grid. But international airport is not 5 houses. It's a village. So we have to be proactive and move in advance to fix this. So, Mr. Speaker, as we are on the international airport, I'll dive into tourism. My dear cousin is in charge of. Mr. Speaker, Keep Dominica Clean and Green campaign is a positive step towards enhancing our island's appeal. The investment in small tourism accommodation will help integrate more Dominicans into this vibrant industry. However, Mr. Speaker, we must explain expand the clean and green campaign to include stricter enforcement against littering and illegal dumping, coupled with significantly improved national waste collection and management system. Beyond the Airbnbs, develop a robust national branding strategy that precisely targets and promotes Dominica as a premier ecotourism and adventure destination, attracting a higher spending niche market. Beyond the bed and breakfast accommodation, there's a critical need to develop a proper national branding strategy that positions Dominica as a premier ecotourism and adventure destination, targeting high-value niche market with serious reviews of quality standards and existing BMA establishment. Only those that meet and maintain acceptable hospitality standards should be granted or allowed to remain with licensing. We have to keep the standard up to par. So we reviews, because we're branding Dominica, our country. So we have to also have some stop checks. Just show up at the Airbnb, make sure everything is okay, unannounced. Because we need to get it right. But if we don't get it right as a country, we'll fail as a country. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to have unity. Visitors' experience is a chain, and any weak link can impact national perception. Therefore, the quality assurance must extend to associated services, including the car rentals company that guests rely on to reach their accommodation. Are these vehicles safe, reliable, and professionally managed? Are the communities where the B&Bs are located clean and secure? A comprehensive ecotourism strategy must therefore include not just marketing, but service standardization, community readiness, and regulatory enforcement, ensuring a consistently excellent experience for every visitor. Invest in more comprehensive certified training program for local tour guides, hospitality staff, and service providers to consistently enhance the visitor experience and ensure sustainability. Mr. Speaker, as before we move along, if I give my cousin a little break, I'd like to comment on some, for the past few months, I realized last year I said that we are lacking a little staff in the airport. I see they had a symposium where some jobs were, they had a symposium, a fair, people get work. And also, thanks to that's a great initiative, but we are understaffed and we are moving into an international standard world, so we have to staff the airport. Also, we had the acting manager for a few years. He was appointed. That's a good thing. The senior staff will hold his hand and guide him. They'll guide him. So that's a good move. Mr. Speaker, now Dominica is a primary destination, and we need to focus on that. But is there a clearly articulated brand identity or value position that sets us apart? We need to identify that sets us apart from the world. An increasingly competitive global market with destinations like Fiji and islands in Philippines also boost ecotourism credentials, lush rainforests, pristine coastline, vibrant culture. What will make a traveler choose Dominica over these places? These are fundamental questions as we shape our national strategy. We must be intentional about what story we are telling, what experience we are offering, and who are we attracting, so that we are not just part of the ecotourism conversation, we are a leading voice in it. So we need to be precise in what we're selling out there. Mr. Speaker, I'll dive into Mass Dominic, or Carnival. Carnival is just not entertainment. It is culture, it is identity, it is business, and it is tourism. And I believe we are now in a position to build on the gains we made in 2025 and truly revamp Mass Dominica in a premier regional event. Because last Carnival, the tourism sector did well. Influx of diasporas, foreigners, we saw the change and we saw the economical value of it. So I'll commend her again on that, and the team and the PS Valmont. Mr. Speaker, first thing first, let's start treating our contestant because some complaints, as the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs will say, you're just saying what people tell you. You're just saying people writing things for you, but it's not my idea. It's the people cry. It's the people cry that in there. It's the people cry. So I have to bring the people cry in the honorable house. The common man cry. That is what I did. So those says people that are writing. Yes, we are writers, but you have to claim it. It's the people cry that's in here. The people cry. Okay. No. There's no reason, Mr. Speaker, because we have a budget. We have a carnival budget. There's no reason a contestant should leave the stadium before their price check in their hand. These payments are part of the carnival budget. They are known a month in advance. The budget is presented. Let's remove that drama and delay. If we are serious about elevating our culture, we must respect the people who create it. Now, on to growth. Dominica is known for its daybreak culture. Everybody's daybreak. It's Juve. We party harder in the early morning, events that bring thousands of people out before sunrise to dance, mingle, and celebrate. We need to embrace that energy and formalize it because it's already proven to be a huge attraction for both locals and visitors. They're enjoying it. Let's work with event promoters, provide basic infrastructure support, and ensure safety and cleanliness so it becomes a permanent and well-run fix on the carnival calendar. We need to buy into this because the Juve thing is the thing right now. But let's not stop here. For example, Antigua has shown us something smart. Their t-shirt ban is on the Saturday, the weekend before Carnival. So not everybody wanted to be in the masquerade, the costume ban. So you have a t-shirt ban. But everybody had to run home to come back. Let's extend the Carnival week. I mean, we copy from our sister island, we can copy from them an event. Let's give the t-shirt ban on Saturday, complete with the live bands, DJs, and full of parade roads. It would give local designers, vendors, and food booths another day to earn, create early tourism arrival and longer hotel stays, offer more inclusive option for those who are not in the full costume bands. So they like the t-shirt band, nobody have to rush, nobody have to cut off the time and send them home to come back. You in your t-shirt band, you have your whole day, you in your costume, you have your whole day. So you extend it. So when you're in your cousin in Antigua, they'll come down earlier for it, and they'll stay longer because they want to partake in the costume also. Just an idea. Just an idea. Mr. Speaker, it's simple. Give people more value, and they will come. They will spend, and they will promote Dominica far and wide. Let's also improve how we market Mass Dominica. There's no reason our Queen show, Calypso show, and Juve shouldn't be streamed live, professionally produced, and pushed online to the diaspora. That's how we grow revenue, not just through arrivals, but through content and cultural export. Mr. Speaker, Mass Dominic is ready for the next level. Let's plan early, pay on time, build on new trends, and package our culture with pride. The talent is here. The passion is here. The world is ready. We just have to organize ourselves to step boldly into the spotlight. Bouillon has taken over the world. It's a true story, according to the Bouillon singer. True story. It has taken over the world. So let's buy into that, capitalize on that. Okay, Minister of Tourism. Mr. Speaker, public service and employment. I am indeed happy for the permanent appointments of 85 teachers, 85 non-established officers in critical public service positions, the finalization of collective bargaining agreement with the Police Welfare Association, including an 8% salary increase for the 2024-2027, risk allowance, and increased traveling allowance, is a welcome development. The housing program for public and public officers with an initial allocation of 10 million is a commendable effort to make homeowners more accessible. Housing program, while beneficial, the applicant process must be streamlined and made more transparent. For broader job creation, a national skill gap analysis should be conducted regularly to tailor vocational training programs directly to meet industry demands, reducing skill mismatch and ensure long-term employment. Mr. Speaker, we still have more work to in terms of enhancing motivation, retention, and fairness within the public service. Additionally, measures should be considered. While the housing program is beneficial, the applicant process must be streamlined and made more transparent with clear criteria, timeline, and support from applicants throughout the process. Public officers often remain, besides the increase, and the public officers often remain acting position for extended period without confirmation. Mr. Speaker, I know we want to go in the film industry and encourage. Mr. Speaker, too much people acting for too long. Faster processing of appointments and promotion is essential. Long delays can lead for frustration and demotiveness. The practice of calling people name in protocol lists and such promotion acting is either the position in the post or not. Recognition should reflect function and performance, not just formal appointment. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Commissioner, Deputy Acting Commissioner, Deputy Acting Commissioner, Chief Cultural Officer acting, even the opposition leader acting. Mr. Speaker, yeah. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I will forget one. DBS acting manager, I forget one. So, Mr. Speaker, because acting position, we need to really make this thing permanent, so give the people the encouragement to work. Because to me, they might afraid to mash your toe and you might take away the position because they're afraid, Honorable Minister of National Security, because the commissioner might do something he might like. Give him the autonomy. Appoint him. Also, Mr. Speaker, I'll move on. Mr. Speaker, many retirees and contract officers experience unacceptable delays in gratuity, terminal benefit payment. This often results in elderly or retired individuals having to make repeated trips or wait in uncertainty, sometimes for months, for years. The government must prioritize timely processing of these payments with a transparent tracking system at the Treasury and the Ministry of Employment and clear service timelines to preserve dignity and financial stability for our retirees. Mr. Speaker, after you work for 50 years in the government service, they tell you have to wait. I'll check you in 6 months. Mr. Speaker, sometimes you want a lump sum, sometimes people argue for a monthly payment. Well, Mr. Speaker, when I work for 50 years, I want all my money. And sometimes it's not available. That doesn't can stress you in your old age. We need to, because after they give their life and their service to the country, to their country, we need to check them heavy, Mr. Speaker. Give them what is due to them on a timely manner and fashion. Simple. Mr. Speaker, because everything technically on an increase, except maybe the salary like 8% now and then. But we need this timely fashion of distribution, because this, we talking about NCDs, stress does lead to those things also. So knowing you work for all these years and your money not coming, that will lead to high blood pressure. Can even lead to a stroke, because you need to make a payment, your cylinder run out, or cylinder going up every day. I think we should add cylinder to the list of exemption of VAT, because cylinder going up every day, and we have to cook, we have to eat. You must eat every day. So that is one we need to add on the list. Cylinder, gas, cooking gas. So Mr. Speaker, I'll move on. A well-supported public service is the backbone of a national development. These measures will not only improve morale and motivate, but also create a more professional, accountability, and citizen-responsive public sector. Mr. Speaker, while I endorse these positive strides of this government, it is my duty as the opposition to offer even more constructive solutions and highlight areas where our collective efforts can yield greater benefits for all Dominicans, not for some, for all. It's one Dominica. I always say this is a unity. Yes, I can come here, CAPSEC do good, CAPSEC this, CAPSEC that. Minister of Finance this, Minister this. FS, not approving Capital Bush Road. But I can go on maths, I can go on my platform, I can go there too. But it still won't solve it. I'll message her instead. I'll message the Finance Minister. I'll message Mr. Roland, what's up with that? And then I can bring it back to my community. Because we grew up in a Christian community. We often have too much hate. I don't know hate here. You see here? I don't know hate here. Stand against me. All love. That's our problem. That's the business. No hate here. I don't know. But we need more love. For this thing to work, we need more love. We need more love. Simple. In not everything, when you're in a domino game and you play, when you're outside, you see it. But when you're inside, you cannot see. Because the pressure on you. And I know the pressure on the FS. The pressure on her. Because she have to dance that. She have to shift that, relocate funds, divert funds. So the pressure on her. So I know Captain Bush might fall short. I don't know. But I'm advocating for it. So I'll tell her, when, I know this happened, but when? When is Captain Bush coming? She'll give me, maybe she'll be a 649, I don't know, but I can go back, I can go back with it. I can say, well, FS said this. So now, that is the kind of a camaraderie I want. Minister of, I want me and you to work together. So next year, when you take in the batch of recruits, I have 2 names for you again. So you'll take one this time, okay? Yeah, take one this time. Take one this time. Yeah. So, Mr. Speaker, for example, while I commend the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development has received an allocation of 12.2 million, a lot of money, hoping that a majority of these will go to Ministry of Youth, and that youth engagement is actively taking place through programs like the National Agriculture Education Program, like the National Mr. Naya. Some of these funds, because I realize I have a cabinet reshuffle coming to on this year. But the cabinet reshuffle is not individuals, it's the reshuffle of the paragraph of the ministries. Because I need some of them not coincide with each other. I'll take it, I'll give it tenfold, because certain industries like the youth and the agriculture, and it need to intertwine so it can work. So the shuffle is not individuals, it's the paragraph, the heading of the ministries. The heading of the ministries. But you'll get that later though. You get that later though. So, Mr. Speaker, it is important to recognize that youth development is a cross-cutting priority. Even if this amount appears to be a significant investment, the reality is that many youth-focused initiatives are being implemented under other ministries and departments. As such, we need more coordination and strategic approach. I propose that each ministry be required to allocate a youth-specific budget. We need the youths. It's our future. A dedicated line item within their own programs to fund target youth activities aligned with their sectors mandated, but done in a collaborative with Ministry of Youth. So all who have youthful initiative, you have to coincide with the Ministry of Youth. So this can be intertwined, the ideas can work together. So, Mr. Speaker, with this, for example, the Ministry of Agriculture is currently delivering an excellent work through NEAP, the national thing, and NAYA, which is directly benefiting young people. However, if their budget includes a clearly defined youth allocation planned in tandem with the Ministry of Youth, it would also, for greater accountability, align and impact, avoiding duplication of efforts and ensuring effective use of resources. So the same thing Honorable Roy might be trying to do. Same thing Honorable Greta Rebus might be doing too. She did it last week and you come and do it too. So you can save, do it together and collaborate so they further be more effective to reach the youth. We need our youth. This kind of inter-ministerial coordination will ensure that every youth initiative, whether in agriculture, tourism, health, ICT, or education, contribute to a unified national youth development agenda, maximizing the use of resources while reinforcing the Ministry of Youth as a central coordinating body. Also, a next proposal, I propose a transformative system where representing Dominica as an athlete becomes a salaried profession. This would improve experience. Older athletes training younger talents and receiving a stipend for their invaluable contribution, creating a sustainable pathway for sports development and providing a dignified livelihood for our national heroes. An athlete like Thea Laffor or Miss Hamilton shouldn't have to win a medal and hustle to survive. An Olympic medal is a great achievement for Dominica. Their job should be to train, represent Dominica, and mentor upcoming athletes. In doing so, they continue to put Dominica on the map, and they should be fairly compensated for this. As we speak, we have the inter-school games going on. The first set was the track and field. we can see a lot of gold medal went to Dominica. A lot of gold medal went to Dominica. And they are good part of the first netball game. So one of the medals that went to track and field was triple jump, which is fear field. That young lady got, and is a female, she got a silver medalist, right? Honorable Oscar? She got a silver medalist. So I don't have to tell Honorable, well, he's specifically in sports, what to do. He should have already called FIA. When that young lady returned, FIA should be calling her to give her steps and guidelines because she have the know-how. She been there, she done it on the international and the largest scale. So FIA should be calling Miss Thomas Kadisha. You write that down? Okay. Mr. Speaker, when it comes to annual subvention to sporting and cultural organizations, I call for the implementation of clear public and performance-based criteria to determine eligibility. These funds must reward organizations that demonstrate meaningful youth engagement, inclusivity, transparency, and positive development outcomes. Additionally, service clubs and youth-focused organizations such as JCI, Leo clubs, church youth groups, and other civic entities must be recognized as part of the youth empowerment ecosystem and be eligible for subvention, especially those carry out leadership development, volunteerism, and community projects. Mr. Speaker, and next, when it comes to the sports bring a lot of unity. It's just I have a liking for the basketball, and what I will recommend to the sporting ministry, I have a league going on the third year in Marigot, Sunrise Sports Club, with the collaboration of the PAL Rep. We have a league for 3 years, the most successful league. DABA don't have money like that. They don't have rings like that. They don't have trophy big like that. And you see, as you win, you get your money and that is it. No delays. So what I would like, because we have sports like it's seasonal. That is why when the meet comes up, you have to go and train for 3 weeks. They're not fit. So I have a little proposal I tried to make the Minister of Sport buy into it, not only for basketball, but I just use basketball as an example. We want to talk about something that could bring real energy and pride to our young people and community right across Dominica, and that's basketball. But not just the game. I'm talking about building a proper island-wide basketball league. Partnering after NBA style, and ground in the 21 constituency in Dominica. We already know the talent is there. Mr. Speaker, you go Soufriere, Mao, Portsmouth, Lapin, you can see the same thing. Young men and women shooting hoops every afternoon and night. They need a structure. All they need is structure. They need is opportunity. What they need is support. Support by the ministry, even by well-wishers, sponsors. All they need is the support. So here's the idea. We can create a national basketball league in partnership with DABA. DABA is already established. Because people like, let's say, constituencies like Marigot might be affected because they have to commute to Rose because all the games are being held in Massa. But what we're going to do, we name all these constituencies apart from the ABA League, so the basketball will be continuing throughout the year. So when the leagues come up, when the Creole Basketball Festival come up in Guadeloupe, St. Lucia, they're already trained, they're already fit. So they don't have to train for 2 weeks and rush. It's a part of them, it's an ongoing process. So Mr. Speaker, it's more than just a game. This is about giving young people a positive outlet, a reason to train, stay disciplined, and dream bigger. Instead of idle time and risky behavior, they are on the court competing and learning teamwork, strategy, and leadership. Let's not limit it to men. We include women teams, junior division too. Let's give every age a shot at this. What would it cost? That's a basketball is an example because I love the basketball. Just an example. It involves sports. I'll come to that just now. What would it cost? Not as much as we think. Refurbish a few courts, get uniform, pay official, set up a basic website. Then the rest comes from the community support and smart partnership. Business sponsoring team, diaspora supporting online, government holding, and with logistics and small grants. And when the tournament is rolling, imagine the benefit: vendors selling food, music, and cultural blended with sports. Inter-community travels, because we, in the 21 constituency, you'll have a home and away. So we'll have the camaraderie. Different, although in one little niche, but different support, different niche, different everything. So it's the camaraderie. So now, who don't have the hate? Sports bring people together. One thing I know about sports, it brings the good, the bad, and the ugly together. We need sports. We need sports. Remember, we don't need NBA money. We just need a vision, commitment to give our young people something big to belong to. And if we do it right, the Dominica Basketball League will become one of the most exciting things that happen to the youth in this country. Already, we have to work with what is already there. GAB is there every year. Neville PA Championship is on its third year. You work with what are already there. So the people are already buying into that. If you ask the Honorable Minister for Maho always full. It's always full. Sometimes it have netball, basketball, and the teams from Marigot, sometimes I don't have no money, no? FS don't give me nothing. I have to, because they want to sponsor a bus. I have to take my little planted money, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, and just agree, yeah, look, yeah. Because I want to support the youth. Because Mr. Speaker, on my retirement, I plan to retire just now. On my retirement, I don't want to know, because it's a discipline. Because if you don't pay the bus, they're going to be idle. No bus, they don't want to forget about the league, and just idle. And idle hands. Devil's workshop, right? Okay, all right. So let's get the ball bouncing there. Let's get the tournament going. Let's buy into this. We all agree, young people need an outlet. Positive one. We always say, give the youth something to do. And I believe one of the best things we can give them right now is a real league. No matter what it is. A league. Something that don't pause. Something that continue going on. So when they see like they win a trophy, they get a cash prize, a little motivation to continue doing something positive. And sport is the way. A lot of talents are out there. Sport is the way. I already suggested that we pattern with the basketball league, 21 constituency. But Mr. Speaker, this is truly succeed at last. We need to invest in proper facilities. Mr. Speaker, we already have Master Court, which is vibrant, well used, and we can serve as a central venue for finals, playoffs, All-Star weekends, but that's just one court. One court. So all I'm calling for us to build some more indoor courts, basketball courts, not just in Roseau, but where it is really matters in our community. Let's start, Marigot. An area with raw talent, but no shelter when it rains. Grand Bay, a culture and supporting powerful powerhouse that deserve a court worthy of its spirit. It's a strong spirited community. You have Point Michel, small but passionate, with young people who are hungry for opportunities. You have Portsmouth, Honorable Pinnan Shepherd. Our second tongue, are long overdue for a proper indoor sporting facility. It's our second tongue. I don't know if you want to read Marigot. You handing it over? Marigot, the second tongue? Well, we got what it takes, you know. Pharmacy, hospital, bank, supermarkets, fisheries complex, airport. You can go further in West, but it's still airport. And we have this strong spirit. But anyway, she says she's keeping the second tongue in Portsmouth. She won't hand it over. So, Mr. Speaker, an indoor court is more than just a roof over a hoop. It's a safe space. It's a place for structured leagues, youth camps, girls program, night leagues, and even concrete or hurricane shelter if needed. It brings life to a village. It makes young people feel like they matters. But when they see you put court for them, you can ask Honorable Lavelle. He feels the vibes when he go into the court. And Mr. Blackmore, sorry, Honorable Blackmore, I will give him a little credit too, you know? I don't forget you. It's you that one of the, you know? But you share it. Okay, I'm sorry. So, Mr. Speaker, this court don't have to be extravagant, the big fancy thing. Strong steel frame, concrete floors, bleachers, lights, bathroom, a simple scoreboard. That's all. And once built, the community takes ownership. They will maintain it, protect it, and use it. Because once they see the camaraderie, the togetherness, they'll also maintain the facility because the youth matters. We've had indoor courts in key communities, plus the National League. We will strive. We will strive. A movement that gives our youth direction, hope, and pride. And in return, we boost local businesses and create jobs and encourage tourism. Let's stop talking about youth development like it's a theory. It's on paper. It's not on paper, Mr. Speaker. Let's build a thing that supports it. Let's give them indoor courts. Let's tip off Dominica League. Let's start the basketball league. Wrong the constituency, or the football, or the basketball, or the netball, or the cricket. Let's engage you from Point Michel. Honorable Charles Pemberton will send up the bus to Marigot, and then I'll send up my own. It's work together. Mr. Speaker, it's not just a game. It's a game changer. It's a game changer, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and saying that just I go. We have spoken about basketball and how powerful a tool can be for youth engagement and national unity. But I want to broaden the discussion today because we have so much talent across all sports in Dominica. We owe it to our youth, young people, creating real structure and real opportunities and real pride across the board. Mr. Speaker, in my constituency, we have Alison James. The first time he went to Carifta, he met him. The second time he went to Carifta, he met him. The third time he went to Carifta, he met him. That's raw talent. So we need to nurture that. And with that, let's be honest. We don't lack talent in this country. Whether it's cricket in St. Joe, netball in Mau, volleyball in Wesley, or football in Point Michel, our young people are playing, training, and dreaming. But they are lacking, but what they are lacking is a national structure. They are lacking consistent competition. Is the league's consistent competition, real investment, and clear path to advance. Clear path to advance. So I'm proposing that we replicate the same constituency basketball program so they can have a continuity throughout the year. So, Mr. Speaker, you have netball, cricket. You're going to have that throughout the constituency, not basketball alone. So we need to do that. So they will feel motivated. They will feel encouraged. So now we can even rank the players nationally. So the selection process for all these sports is simple because they're already ranked. They say, you. Next week, we're going Wesley. We're going to St. Lucia because they're already trained. They're playing year round. They bring them together, they're already fit, and you make them work as a team. It's simple because once this structure is here, the leagues are in place, they will continue. So we need to buy into the football program. After this season finishes, you need off-season leagues. So you can buy into that same program with the 21 constituency, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, we cannot export our small community clubs and association to carry this load alone. Mr. Speaker, in the early stages, the government has taken a lead. We must invest, organize, and drive momentum for the first few years because it might cost a little bit, for all those leagues. But remember, we are investing into our youths because our youth is key. It's going to cost us a few dollars. But we can shift and the FS can relocate a fund because the youth is very important. Because I know the youth is important and she knows the youth is important for the future of Dominica. Well, Mr. Speaker, this means elevating and role and capacity of our sports division. Right now, the division does not work great. But with limited staff and budget, its impact is restricted. I'm suggesting we elevate the sport division into a full department. And more importantly, appoint a sport commissioner. He might be acting for now to see if he can work, but appoint a sport commissioner to make sure this thing is run properly. Because we have to take care of our youths because they are going a little off, you have to pull them back on track. So, Mr. Speaker, you have the facilities, youth development program, and partnership. It will work. We also need, because last budget, we also need to revamp and empower the National Sports Council. I heard about the National Sports Council. It working now? I don't know. I have to make sure. Let it be the body that guides sports policy, facility upgrades, and talent identification, and even relates with the private sectors and diaspora. Give them teeth, give them staff, give them resources. Mr. Speaker, we must work hand in hand with also the Dominica Olympic Committee, DOC. They already have the network, technical support, access to international funding, but they can do even more once they are tied into the national plan, backed by the government and driven at community level. For anything to work, we need the community to buy into it. And once they see the transparency and they see and they buy into it, country sweet. Country sweet. Country sweet. Let's start with the basketball. Let's start with the basketball. Try one. Don't force yourself. Try one. See how it works. But let's not stop there. Let's raise the game for all sports. Mr. Speaker, we take sports seriously, not just for entertainment, but as a pillar of national development. Mr. Speaker, because youth engagement priority should be given to organizations that actively involve youth under 35 in leadership, planning, execution. Youth must not just be a participant, they must be decision makers. Make them part of it. Not because you are the policy maker, we are the policy makers, we just ram it down their throat. Let them buy into it. Make them buy into it. Community impact. Organization must demonstrate measurable, meaningful impact on their communities, especially the most vulnerable. The community have to buy into it for it to work. Sustainability and continuity. We need it to continue. We need to sustain it. Start it in Viking, and after next year it finish. We must support a program that go beyond off events and show potential for long-term influence and consistency. Financial transparency. Accountability is key. Subvented organizations should be required to submit financial report, budget, and evidence of responsible fund management. But when we get our sponsorship, we're going to say we get that black and white. So we can have transparency and this thing can work. So when we record things, you can know where we have a shortcoming, where it is good and where it is bad. It needs to be recorded. And align with national priorities. Projects should clearly support our national development agenda, whether in youth development, health, education, culture, or even ecotourism. They are legal, registered with, in terms of NGOs, they are legally, all those who want to fund these leagues and so, they are legally registered, and we can also buy into them. Once they have over 5 years registration with document program, they submit the annual reports, budget. Their program reflects a clear youth development agenda. It's okay, we can work with them. For instance, we have a Good Deeds girls program in the Northeast. PSF Education is there? Okay, it's there. We had a program, the group bring it to me, to bring to the PS, because it's a girls group. And at the NECS, one of the bathrooms for the female is not functional. So the group is willing to fix it and refurbish it. So I was waiting on the okay from the FS. The okay is there, sir? Okay, he said yes, the okay is there. So now, with these type of groups, willing, it will save the Minister of Education from fixing the toilet. It will save her funds so she can fix something else. Yeah, so it's saving you. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that toilet no more, that washroom facility. So we're going to work on that before the school starts. So we have your okay, Minister, okay, PS, okay, good deeds, go ahead and fix the bathroom. Mr. Speaker, I'll move on to transforming education and focus on vocal training, the education system. Vocational training. You know what you want. Mr. Speaker, what I give in here is just recommendation from the ordinary cry of the local common man and see the need for the revampment, reform, all changes. Because we are losing our society. We need to get back on track and put back our society where it was, where we had love, unity, working together. So, Mr. Speaker, we need that because we see skill set in Dominica is lagging behind. The generation that had the skill is not transforming to the younger ones. So we need to get back to the basic needs and the basic function and the basic requirement, the basic skill for the society to function. So, Mr. Speaker, the significant allocation of $71.3 million to the Ministry of Education is deeply appreciated, the $71.3 million. to truly empower our youth for future and building on the initiative to develop a small business institution curriculum in collaboration with Dominica State College for the formal certification in business management. I propose the immediate transformation of the Goodwood Secondary School into a dedicated state-of-the-art technical or vocational training center. Just a proposal. Just a proposal. A proposal. Behave said. This transformation must be guided by national skill gap analysis and identifying demand sectors. Ensure that the training provided directly address the industry needed. We have to make sure the training provided is what the industry, what the country needs. We don't have much electrician, plumbers. We need to put a training. Because, Mr. Speaker, back in the day, we had a youth skill training program in Marigot. It disappeared. And what I see, I know a lot of plumbers, electricians that are trained by the youth skills program, trained by the youth skill program, and they have prominent job and they are successful. So what we can use their technical support, what they obtain from the system, and revamp the program. But I'll talk to my caretaker, as he was in that field before. So, so we work on that because we have the facility in Marigot. It's just there. So we need to buy into that. So I'll talk to my caretaker. So we need to use what we have. We have them right at home. We train them already. So we let them give back. We train them and they're not giving back. Yes, they might talk about a little stipend. That's okay. But it's the youth, the skill set. We want to make sure they are okay. Mr. Speaker, while we're on the education reform, I just want to say up front, I fully support the call for the educational reform. It's long overdue. I believe it gives us a real chance to shake up the system in a way that works better for our young people. Because let's be real, not every child is going to be a doctor or lawyer. And that's okay. What matters is giving every child a chance to discover their strength and to feel like they belong somewhere in the system. Mr. Speaker, one of the first places we can start is with music and art. We have so much talent in this country. Beautiful voices, natural rhythm, young people with real creative energy. Why not channel them? I would love to see every school with our own youthful choir. And for us to come together once a year for a proper national choir festival, that's something our students could really look forward to. And it builds discipline, teamwork, confidence, and school pride. And while we are on the topic of music, Mr. Speaker, I think it's time we bring back a steel band into schools. That instrument is not just music. It is culture. It's ours. Kids love it. It engages, it helps us with focus coordination. Let's make it part of our regular school experience, not just something we bring or during Independence and Carnival. Mr. Speaker, we also need to take a serious look at how we treat our sports in our schools. Let's move to just PE class, physical education. Let's develop a real program for football, cricket, basketball, athletics, and even martial arts. These aren't just hobbies. These aren't just hobbies. Sports teach respect, discipline, confidence, and healthy competition. They keep our young people focused and off the streets. And Mr. Speaker, not every student is cut out for book work. Some kids are gifted with their hands. Even homework. So let's create more space in the system for practical and vocational skills. I'm talking about things like cooking, mechanics, vehicle repair, electrical works, carpentry, plumbing, real life skills, not only build confidence, but open doors to jobs and entrepreneurship. Imagine more young people left school knowing how to fix a car. They leave school and they know how to fix a car, do basic home wiring, or cook a decent meal. Not just for themselves, but as a trade. That's independence, that's pride, that's dignity. Mr. Speaker, we need to move away from this old way of thinking that only the bright kids or the ones who pass exam. Every child has potential. Every single child has potential. The job or education system is to help bring that out. The system needs to be designed to bring the best out in each and every single student. Whether it's in the science lab, football field, behind a drum, or in workshop, we need to make the system workable and have successful results. Mr. Speaker, so this the reform, I agree for the reform, because one of the days, I did not grow up doing physical education as a subject, but the skill set, the discipline, also I never pick up much discipline, but I pick up a little thing. What I picked up was enough, because Honorable Laville know we play basketball, we play football, play all sport. We will play sport we can even say. But the discipline we pick up just from that sport will carry us through. We remember the little call-out, the little shout we get from the coach to shape up ourselves. Simple as that. We need to start as young. Yeah, that is why there's something that make you straight and disciplined. Just that little call-out. So we need to start from young. Because certain things I see in young kids escaping with, we see when they come big, it's not cute anymore. It's not cute, but they're already spoiled and they're already gone. They're too big to change. So we need to start as young as we can to correct them before they get out of hand. Get them. Mr. Speaker, while we're on the topic of youth engagement, we just see a recently concluded bike festival. Perfect idea. Kudos to the organizations like, nickname I know, Daga and Young Maxwell. And brilliant idea. I'd like to thank the government for buying into it. But we're missing a little safety, a little time zone, a zone to do the stunts. So we need to fine-tune it. And you see the bikes and them with the Apokovich pipe, those German design pipes, when they're you need to ride down, right. So sometimes it'll be a little annoying to the senior citizens. So in order for them to buy into it, sometimes we have to give them the time zone and limit them. I know they're excited. Yeah, the time out, man, because people are ready to sleep. And helmets, even though you're a pinion rider, put on your helmet. A pinion rider, I mean if you're behind a passenger, put on your helmet. Make it mandatory. Safety is key. Young people, I'm not young anymore, but anyway, we don't get excited. The joy, we enjoy it. But safety is key. Let's even enact a weekend insurance for some insurance company to even protect our young ones. If your bike not insured, don't come in the party. Don't come in the tour. If your bike not insured, don't come in the tour. You know where them do not come. We have to fine tune it. So we'll take it back. PS, Ministry of Tourism, take it back to them. Make sure tell them it's mandatory. We love the idea. Engagement. Ministry of Security also work together. Ministries work together to make sure this is safe and enjoyable for the youths. We need to protect them. Because, Mr. Speaker, when we make sure this thing mandatory, it will have sustainability and it will have longevity. Because you fall off the bike last time, you're not going to go back. So the longevity, the safety, will enjoy it have longevity. So, Mr. Speaker, let's do better. Let's take what's cool and make it common. Bike riding is a nice ride, man. I can do all of it. It's nice experience. But let's make sure it's safe, especially when we have in the tours and the social activities. Let's just make it safe. Simple. Let's make it mandatory helmets. Simple. I wish them luck for next year. More safety implementation. Mandatory. All right, mandatory. Mr. Speaker, I see nothing about electoral reform. Electoral reform, long overdue process, which was started and approved. Everybody say yes, approved. But it's an ongoing process. So it don't stop in there. It's not stopping there. Mr. Speaker, when we are, well, the elected members, when you are elected, we also need transparency, we need accountability, the constituency need awareness, what's going on, what is this, where the government send you. One thing, I'm an open book, Mr. Speaker. When this Honorable House sent me to St. Vincent, I posted. I tell them what I went there to do. I even talked to people before I left. So the village, no rumble. Send me St. Vincent, but the rumble sometimes is different rumble, but they are aware. That rumble, they're not important, but they are aware. So, you see transparency, when we are elected, no secret. I didn't go over there my personal funds. So I have to make my constituency know what and where and what was the purpose. So Mr. Speaker, this honorable House, transparency is key. So you see with the electoral reform, I know I won the election free and fairly, without no money, no media coverage. The only coverage I want is in Marigot. Marigot people I want to know, and Marigot people I want to vote me. I don't want to know what my cousin is doing at Point Michelle. She don't have to know what I'm doing up there. Marigot. So when this program starts with the re-registration and it's complete, we need to take it further. We do it further because it's not stopping there. We have to enhance it and enhance it so the cries will stop. The cries will stop. Eventually it will stop. It will stop. It has to stop. Some stop already, so it will stop. So when my senator I bring in the House said, okay, I don't know why he stepped down. I would never step down. Because he voted for what his party wanted. I don't know why he stepped down for. Because his party wanted it. So he voted for it. Next time, you should ask me about stepping down. Don't do that. Stand your ground and explain to them this is what you wanted, so I voted for it. All right. Yeah. This is what you want. And tell them, fellas, you wanted it, yes or no? They say yes, so why are you making noise with me for? But the thing is that, one thing, I'm from Marigot, you're from Marigot. The thing is that the very first opportunity they get to cast you, I was vexed. They was waiting for that opportunity. Don't give them man them kind of a opportunity to scam on us. No, never do that again. Don't do that again. Don't buy into that. Don't buy into that. Stand your ground. You vote for that. That is what they wanted. You don't get all. You don't get all. But you can agree with this. You don't get all. You don't get all. It's starting somewhere. So stand your ground next time, eh? It will have a next time. Stand your ground. It's going to have a next time. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Yeah, I stand in my ground. I stand in my ground. All things that talking and things that behind my back. I don't worry that. You have to stand your ground. But if you don't stand your ground, you fall for anything, you know. Because then you get a little pressure. You don't do that again. Don't do that again. Mr. Speaker, I'll move on. Yeah. I'll move on to the addressing the mental health crisis. While acknowledging the review of the mental health policy and expanding counseling, the concerned prevalence of mental health challenges, particularly among these aged from 21 to 35, the president, read this all. I say 21 to 35. That is when you're youth and strong. Something went wrong. After school, after college, we need to watch the social gap between there and my old age. But because 35, I noted that. I'm not so young. So where we went wrong, where's the policies between for 21 to 35? Something wrong. I don't know if it's the policy makers, I don't know if it's the parent, but something went wrong. I proposed developing a national mental health strategy with specific measurable targets for reducing stigma and introducing access to care for this crucial age group. Crucial. That is a vibrant age group. A very vibrant age group. I remember what I used to do at 21 to 35. Trust me, very vibrant. I say, Minister David, very vibrant. You know what we used to do? Very vibrant. Integrate routine mental health screening into general medical checkups and expand peer support network in communities. Because they have a whole saying, it takes a community to grow a child. Mr. Speaker, you know you can't talk to nobody child. If you tell stop that, the mother come in to make noise with you. Instead of the mother be the child, the mother come to me. I'm calling. Yeah, the camera. I'm calling on us parents to step up and allow the community to grow our children. Not because they correct your child is a problem. It's for the betterment. So we need to go back to the old folk ways with the community growing the child or the children. Because it's not everything you as a parent can see. You're at work. Your neighbor might see. So give your neighbor the okay to correct your child. It's as simple as that is starting. Because you see, after school, you go to college, you see that 21 to 35 there, mental health. I never bring a complaint to my father. No? You know what my father tell me? Don't bring home nobody blow. Don't bring home nobody blow. Don't make nobody knock you. Listen to me. Let me explain that for you. Before a young child fall on the ground, a parent quick to pick up the child. My father and my parents said, hold on. Blow. Licks. Don't take nobody licks. Yeah. Don't take nobody. Fix that. Fix that. When you fall, pick up yourself. Parents too quick to go and pick up a child. So when that child will come big, he can fend on his own. You fall on yourself, pick up yourself. That is what the old folk ways. We need to go back to those old ways. We need to go back. Because, Mr. Speaker, it's the mental health. Maybe you don't understand. It's right there starting. It's before 21 it's starting, you know. So you have to hold their hand up to 21. So when they're big, you let them go at 21. They really mentally have the strength to fend for their own. So they won't have this physical breakdown. Stand up on their own. Stand for their own. They don't have to come and crying for daddy and get the breakdown from peer pressure, psychological pressure. So they're already strong in their mind. But what people can tell me that going to make me break down now? From since I 21, but by the way, I don't hear you can't tell me nothing. Yeah, but no, you have to be strong-minded and make sure our youth are very strong-minded. That's why we have to set up the program to enhance that and make sure we are strong-minded Dominicans. Because listen to me, the world out there is not easy. Everybody for themselves now. Rough for who? Not for me. They rough for themselves, not for me. No, me. Crazy. So it is everybody for themselves. The world. Globalization in the world, it have a lot of selfishness. So when they go out there, the world might just eat them up because of the mindset is weak. So we have to set it now to make sure they are properly strong mind, have their own will. Not because they look at pressure, they go and resign. Get a little pressure. Whole strain. Mr. Speaker, they're disturbing. Yeah, they're disturbing. Yeah. I propose a next proposal. Creation of government-funded scholarship or tuitions assisting for students pursuing degrees or certification in counseling, psychology, and social work. Let us train more community-based mental health professionals starting now, not later, because the need is urgent and growing. It's not me that give the report. The report was there. President read it out. It is a need now.
Honorable member, you cannot use the president's speech.
So, Her Excellency.
You can't use
Okay, sorry.
the president's speech to strengthen your argument.
Okay, sorry.
So just leave it alone.
I take it back.
Yeah.
No, Rev. John. The records is there from the division that 21 to 35, we need to structure. But we're losing the most vibrant youthfulness in our community, 21 to 35. Very vibrant. Mr. Speaker, Minister of Housing might just say, yeah, again. Mr. Speaker, well-being is not just about crisis response. It's about healthy outlets and positive alternatives. That's why I propose a target tax break and set up incentives for entrepreneurship, looking to open social recreational centers such as bowling alley, pool houses, arcades, dance lodges, adult entertainment, venues that for a safe, regulated, and responsible operation. It's a safe, regulated, and responsible operation. Mr. Speaker, based on records, I called my cousin, based on records. She lives in St. Martin. And no, we're laughing, but seriously, rape, abuse, sexual abuse, incest. I asked her, what are these rates in St. Martin? She said, Tony, sometimes it's a mental case that harass a tourist. I talk about local stats, local. She said, "But you really hear about rapes?" Well, Mr. Speaker, they have avenues for people to channel the energy. They have adult entertainment. So the rape level will be all-time low. It have avenues. So positively, we think it's a negative thing, but it have ways. St. Martin don't have hardly have rape and sexual abuse in kids and things because they have ways to go and channel the energy. They have ways. No, it's the population. We talk about our states. Let's leave. Donald Trump said it's two sexy to have, male and female. Leave the man with his thing. You see down here, let us fix our business. And I don't know about states. Leave that alone. I don't check the Caribbean with our little population. Just an idea, a recommendation. Yeah, and rape. Yes. You have a place to go to channel your energy. Simple. Mr. Speaker, we will not move on, Mr. Speaker. Okay. I didn't call that name. Mr. Speaker, I'll move on to solid waste management. Solid waste management, Mr. Speaker. We know that the government acknowledgement that the solid waste management is major concern and it plans to reform system. We demand the immediate implementation of a comprehensive phased national recycle program with the clear guidelines, easily accessible collection points across all communities and public education. We must explore sustainable public-private partnership for modern waste to energy initiative to drastically reduce reliance on landfill and generate clean energy. An aggressive sustainable public awareness campaign on waste reduction, reuse, and recycle is critical for changing behavior and achieving a truly clean and green Dominica. We acknowledge the government recognition that solid waste management remains a major national concern, rubbish all over the place, and welcome the proposed reform. However, we call for immediate decisive action. Yes, there's talk for identifying an alternative location for landfill use. But we must confront a harder truth. If poor disposal habits continue, we'll only move the problem, not solving it. Because the other landfill is going to fall up too. It's going to fall. We might be in a hole, but it's going to fall. But if you don't educate people, you have your biodegradable, you have your plastic, you saw these things. If the other landfill is going to fall also, so we're not solving the problem, we're not moving the problem. Eventually that problem is going to come back and face us right in the face. It might be me, it might be your grandchild, but it's going to face us again. So we need to put back again. We never had so much rubbish truck back in my day when I was a young boy. We all had rubbish. We're not eating more to say we're eating more. The population don't double. It's poor practice. It's poor practice. It's poor practice, so we need to educate. It's the same thing I did as a young boy, same thing I did now. Nothing to change. Maybe some more MSG, make it taste nicer, maybe that. But it's the same food I eat. So waste all the waste. We need to buy into the communities to educational drive the poor practices of sorting their rubbish. That is simple what is going on. The poor practice of sorting rubbish. Because you eat your food, you just show all the bone in there, dogs put to eat. Dogs don't make a mess. We need to correct these practices. That is why I urge the government to go further by exploring a conversation of existing landfill waste into a usable raw material at the proposed new site. Mr. Speaker, I think we are a little soft on those derelict vehicles. I think we're soft on the derelict. The fees and the timeline, costing solid waste to pick up these vehicles, because your neighbor must know who vehicle is there. The other neighbor must know. We need to enact some stiffer penalties with those derelict vehicles along the main road, feeder roads, farm roads, but every community knows who vehicle is there. Everybody knows who vehicle is there. They know who vehicle is. We need to enact, because our way of funding these vehicle pickup is by charging them to pick it up. And based on the dilapidation or the value of the vehicle, you can sell back parts. I know I already went into the dump for spring for my truck, right in the dump, I get all the spring, paid a little fee, and it was okay. So we can use that as a revenue to create funds also, and also cause the public to remove their vehicle on the road, because this penalty is stiffer, so they mean that we are serious of keeping Dominica clean and green. Okay, Mr. Speaker, I see the tax exemption. I welcome it on these items or commodities that are daily used in the house. This provides some relief to our family at a time when cost of living remains high and unpredictable. And Mr. Speaker, I put on my TV this morning, last night. I never even know Thailand and somebody else fighting. I said, well, but everybody, yeah, and Cambodia. I said, but why? This is a new thing to war. The love is going back to the unity again. The love is not there. Everybody have a little money in their pocket, so they feel to do what they want. It's simple, you know. The love is not there again. Everybody getting like they're jealous of war. They're jealous. Everybody fighting. We were fighting here. We were fighting for leader of opposition. Right there, simple as that. We don't have to go far. Everybody, but what is the love now? It's unity we're looking for. Where is the love? Because, Mr. Speaker, you see, the exemption of these VAT on these commodities will go a nice way, you know, but 6 months, you are. 6 months. Dr. Honorable Minister of Finance, 6 months. I think we need to take it broader. Is the government to go a little further, ensuring strict monitoring, because you see that 6 months there? But I, as a merchant, it's an old stock I have. An old stock. I buy my corned beef before the VAT was exempt. But how long your old stock lasting? You don't know my inventory. How is that going to be monitored when you as a consumer go and buy the items? When, yes, the government enacted. Where? But all merchants here that like it. We will see. Okay. We want to make sure it meet the common man. And when they enact it. So, Honorable Minister of Finance, or you say on October 1st, recirculate that to the public again. We have enacted the VAT-free thing, and this is the list. So the communities, the consumers, can put the merchants and the sellers straight. But Mr. Speaker, I know after Maria, I see some prices, and sometimes the prices never move. So, yes, we can say we will not be trust the merchant, trust the merchant. Trust away. Trust the merchant. Yeah, I trust her. Yeah. Trust the merchant. You never know. They're not trustworthy. They might never change the price of these commodities. So I want to know how. So Minister of Finance, you'll tell me, somebody will tell me how they're going to monitor that, because that is kind of confusing. Because that is a little, because I don't know how they're going to monitor. Yes, the merchant will benefit for sure. The buyer will benefit, the importer will benefit for sure, for sure. They're VAT free, they're bringing the thing. Okay. I don't know how. Because boy, that's a hard work. I'll talk about that later. Yeah. But I'm going to talk about, I have a head in there. You know what I have on it? Government wastage. Government wastage. Because we'll take out VAT, we'll take out thing, but I just want to talk a little plain. Because sometimes it's a simple thing that makes the biggest difference. When we're talking about national budget, yes, we need to invest in big projects, but we also need to look seriously at how we're spending on the everyday stuff and how much we are wasting without even realizing. Come in. Mr. Speaker, I walk into almost any government building after hours, and what I see, lights on, aircon still running, computer still humming, but nobody in the room. The electricity are paid for. It's still on, current still on, not using, light still on, not using. And it may sound small, but imagine that happening dozen billion every night, every weekend, all year round. That's thousands of dollars of wastage. So PS, when you PS answer, PS of agriculture, when you go cut off your computer, cut off your light, cut off your AC. Because it's going to count. Every dollar counts. Yeah, because remember, the citizens, we want to buy in, you give us tax, you take out. We have to watch the policymakers too, you know. Cut off your light. Cut off your light. And you know what? I would support the idea of even hiring someone. Even just one person in each complex whose job is just to go around and end of the day, just to switch off the light and AC or ensure that you unplug it. Yeah, it's a simple. Oh, you don't need a man. And you're still wasting the light? So just cut that off. But no, but sometimes you're doing overtime. Automotive, put the system, automatic shut off. That is it. That is why we have the energy minister there. So you correct that wastage. You will correct that wastage. Because Mr. Speaker, because you'll pass Saturday, Sunday, and that's only lights. We might say it's nothing. Nothing. Computer humming. But I personally see the difference. Yeah. I have 2020. Yeah. No, Mr. Speaker, all like the paper. We had talked about paper in Mr. Speaker, I just seen police officer calling me after 11. What kind of hours for this? Mr. Speaker, in my wife's house I live in, you know. I meet a woman with a house. And I set a paper to breed cockroach and roaches in the lady house. We passed that area, you know. A big book. A big book. Watch that. We need times of modernization. A set of paper. Yes, listening. A set of paper. But sometimes I can't even say nothing because I see my book me out. I have to fix myself. Because I check him, but we all that, but I have to put that in box and take that and put that maybe with my father and take that out there because the lady, I want to say she have, when you say OCD, she like to say a place, but you finish with that, take that out there, and the pressure is on me to fix everything. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, but this is not only for me not to
But remember, the officer, after 10, after 11, because he come out, so he comes, so he comes. So after he finish work after 4, man, I come right, man. No, man, I mean, maybe he enjoying it because he's a James, he's my cousin-in-law. Sometimes he's spinner. He's not always the same one, because he come and see his family and thing. But that is a hassle and a safety risk. After 11, supposed to be in your bed. When Inspector Moses accompany him or her by checking boat, sometimes I have to, all right? Imagine if they meet me, but you don't want to meet me roadside, you meet by a recreation center somewhere. So I say, you want something to eat? You want something to eat? You want water? Because you're driving no alcoholic beverage, nothing. What you want? Because I take it like, boy, that's crucial. That crucial, boy. No. We laughing because, remember, yes, we just here to get a little allowance, but that wasn't included before. So that after hours, it's like a stringent, it's like a tough. To me, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. Yeah, I feel sorry for them, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, we have email. It pack, and you send that. And when you open that, that's supposed to automatically send back a response that I received that. Because it's a portal. I went to court on Monday at my home. At my home, I didn't court. At my home. I never leave alone. But we can make a portal for the parliament. And when just matter when you take out in the portal next time. Simple. No, because it's simple because the portal, the host can take you out. The host can take you out. The host can take you out. Yeah, you sign it, you can take it out. So let's go green. Let's go green. Let's eliminate this paper. Let's eliminate the paper. Mr. Speaker, I was speaking earlier on about the cabinet reshuffle. The cabinet reshuffle is heard, they question the Prime Minister on it, but people speaking about taking out, I think most one I hear, taking out my fellow bigger brother, Honorable Fidel Grant, to put him in finance, the finance man, take out my partner, taking out my partner in health, put him in public works, the engineer, you have Doc, Honorable Minister of Finance, put him in health, but that's not my reshuffle, no? Minister of Security is good, you're right, he's good there. They're strong, he's good there. They're strong. So, no, you go, they're strong. Old police, former police, so you know, you have enough for that. But I try, along with I have advisors, plenty. I have those against the government, those for the government, those in between. I have all kinds of advisors. No, you see those advisors, they break it down to make, as I was alluding earlier, to coincide different ministries. So, who have to forward it for? After I read it, I got to forward it to somebody. I'll send it for somebody. Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning, Investment and Social Security. Ministry of Health and Wellness. Ministry of Climate, Action, Environment, Resilience and Energy Transformation. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and International Business. Ministry of Public Utility, Digital Transformation, Innovation and Information. Ministry of Tourism, Culture, Creative Economy and Diaspora Engagement. Ministry of Agriculture and Food Sovereignty. Ministry of Community Development, Rural Modernization, Heritage and Civic Renewal. Ministry of Housing, Lands, Urban Renewal and Constituency Empowerment. Ministry of Social Protection and Family Affairs. Ministry of Infrastructure, Transport and Physical Planning. Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, Fisheries and Agro-Enterprise Development, because agriculture, food security is key. So you have to give the fisheries and the agro-processing, and even a ministry on their own too, because food security is a problem worldwide. So we need to pay particular attention and give this ministry more power to make sure they secure our food security. Ministry of Sports, Youth, Enterprise, and Small Business Development. Small business development. Youth again. So we don't have to go to no minister for nothing again. It's sports. You see the gap, the 21 to the 35 there? You see after they finish high school and college, is there the social wellness coming from. So when you have that, they transition into a small business. Because after the sports, remember some of them, not the Great Addison, not the Hamilton, not the FIA. So those, this is like me and Mr. Lavin and I, Honorable Lavin and I, we try a thing, you used to play a little football that day, Mr. Speaker. So sometimes we fall in off. So you see between there, we can empower them with a small business one time. So they come professionals, they don't fall by the wayside. So you grab them there. So you see that 21 to 35 there, that is our problem. We need to fix that. So you see the sports and the youth developments there. We need to intertwine them across them because we need to take a hold of that vibrant age there, 21 to 35. That's a major problem. I don't know if you've seen, but that's a major problem for me. That's a very major problem for me. Now, the other ministries, national security, he gone, and home affairs. And it has one more ministry, the Minister of Governance, Labor, Productivity, and Public Service is absent. Okay, all right. This is not merely a change in composition of ministry, but also to realign, also the realignment of like portfolios while combining portfolios that will complement each other. Is to complement each other. The Ministry of Carnival Affairs, wherever Hosea go, whatever ministry you give him, is his own ego. That is his. Wherever they put you, that is your ministry. So they go to add it to wherever you go. That is a must. Yeah, that is a must. So you go with that. That. No, that's it. There are no more ministries. And then you have your junior and then you fix that. Because everybody think it was shifting Honorable Pemberton put it there. No. A reshuffle don't have to be that. It's to make people work. But sometimes you can take out the engineer and put him in. But anyway, we'll leave that for others to decide. Mr. Speaker, we have the housing reform and hold on. Yes, you like our story? Yeah. That one there was just to play inside. Just, yeah, maybe there and I don't oversee that. You know. That may be there. Look at excitement, man. Mr. Speaker, I turn my attention to Housing Revolution Program. Let me first acknowledge the government effort in initiating this program. The need for safe, climate-resilient homes following the devastation of Hurricane Marigot was urgent, and the government commitment to address it is commendable because it's continuing. I also want to commend the government for its introduction of affordable home owners option, including low interest rate loans, which represent important steps towards empowering more Dominicans to ensure their own homes. These initiatives show foresight and a genuine desire to broaden across beyond just those receiving free houses. However, as a representative of my people, it is our duty to critically examine the program implementation and suggest ways to make it more effective, equitable, and sustainable. I'm going to break that down. That kind of people. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I pass in Marigot. Well, because World Bank program, although the government pushing it with the World Bank, and the government never really wanted to put their hand in it. And I passed it in Marigot. Marigot, I don't know about other places. A World Bank house was allotted to someone. The person, I want a house with. My wife was saying, I want a house. Everybody wants a house. Who do have house want a house with? I want a house though. I want a house though. Everybody wants a house with. Who that don't have houses? And the house lock up with. After it built, the house lock up. The owner not living in Dominica, the owner working. And the house just lock up. It's not the government fault. It can never be the government fault. It's a recruitment process for the World Bank. And listen to that. You know who fault it is? Or own Marigot people? It's them they're asking questions. I don't know who, but it's them they're asking questions. And it's okay to build it. I know if they have the people in the village, it's okay to build it. So where it going wrong? Who really deserve the houses? That is just one case. I don't even study about the rest. There's one case in Marigot. And Marigot gets few houses. That's one case. We get quite a few, but we want more. But that very one was in my face. I couldn't miss it. Every day I pass, I seen it. And it lock up. They bar up the veranda, nobody to go in there. I say, wow, I want a house too. Because I find if you get in house to lock up, and have people that not even living in a house. That's bad. I don't know who, but the house is built already. Enjoy the house, whoever, whenever they want to live in it. But we need to watch this selection process and pay a keen interest. Sometimes we just say, oh, government don't come in here because it's World Bank. No, I want the government to go in here. Check it out, Minister of Housing. Because that maybe it happened somewhere else. I'm not saying in some other constituents. But in Marigot, it happened. That must happen somewhere else. That was a lockup. So because sometimes we need to go back and vet those lists. Well, I mean, Minister of Housing, when you see as long as I'm the parent, for how long, whenever if Prime Minister feels to call election, if you have any programs for housing, whether it's brand new or renovation, and you send the list for me, I tell you straight out, don't give Henderson house. But she working for her money. But she have her money. Go and get your loan. And I will give it to Laurie, because Laurie not working. She have 5 kids, unemployed. I'll give you the reason. I just using it. I'll give you the reason, because maybe you don't have to be afraid to engage me, because if you want to, but even though that person could be my supporter, one thing I know, one thing Marigot people know, when you come with nonsense to Tony going to correct you. No matter who, you can be my father, my wife, I go to correct you. I'm not in slackness. I will smile whole day by watching you in your face. Have a game face, I smile and I vex you. That's why I be. Yeah, I smile in you and I vex you. You'll never know. But I don't have no hate, I just vex. I don't do. But we need to correct this, because I don't want it to happen again. Because the talk, I saw the house, the talk, I think me alone that saw it. I said, somebody. And I started to get complaint. And one after the other, I say the vetting process had an issue. But anyway, it will not happen again. I said, no, she wanted a house, she get a house, so that's okay. But we will move on to that, and we will, what we need to do, we have to also, in the housing revolution, focus on what has already exists, especially the civil servants. They have their house, they've been over 15, 20 years, and sometimes they want to renovate, And I think we should look at also the custom charges for materials. Because we can build our own. We can build our own. Once the building material drops, we can build our own. Let's train on the government because people can get house to lock up. I want materials free too. Because if you get in house to lock up, but why can't I get material free? But what about those that are willing to help themselves? We have to look at those very productive ones that are willing to renovate and expand and build the Airbnb in their pocket. And if we get a little 6 months or maybe a year reduction on building materials, I know a lot of vibrant and independent people who do extend, they're going to build, they're going to, and this is going to create jobs for contractors, electricians, plumbers. So we need to think about a little exemption. Maybe after, we don't want to force the government, Honorable Minister of Finance, but we can recommend at a later date, we can do some exemption on building materials. I think it'll go a long way for the productive sectors, people that are willing to push their hand in their pocket and pay for their thing. Not people that are looking for, those people that, bad by their money, they can take out and buy the thing. So they can do more. And the more they do personally is for the country also. So let's give us a little empowerment with a little tax exemption, 6 months, just like on the food. We have to eat, but we want to be sheltered properly because we built that house 20 years now. Maria shake it up, it's still there. So we need to change the galvanize, I'll reinforce it. But the galvanize did 24 gauge, like a steep. I look at exemption. And we still have to watch it too, on the merchant too, and make sure the old stock change and when it changes so the consumers can feel the change. So just a recommendation, a little tax exemption on the building materials so we can build our own. We can build our very own. So Mr. Speaker, that is just one of the exemption I'm looking for on the housing. Exemption on the housing recovery because besides, we don't want to force the government to do everything for us. That those are willing to do their own. They are willing to renovate, to build, to expand. So we don't really need the vibrant one, the handouts. If they get it, they say thank you. And I have a few under 40 that, that just build. The grant fund is still available. Yes, so I can buy into that. I can give you a list of names if they're not already presented. We can vet it and make sure, they get help. 5 people, not much at building, under 40, 5 people, because not much building because the cost of building material is too high. It's too high. It's high. So you need to get easy on the free up. Yeah, like on the goods and so. So let's look into that, Minister of Housing, and let's get that going as soon as possible. We don't want to force, but as soon as possible. But I don't have a house, but I want to be able to. And you don't want to build a house for me, because that's too much talk. So I want to buy some material at a low cost. I can do it on my own. So let's make a move as soon as we can. We don't want to force the FSO switch thing and make exit, but we can work on it. To me, that's an idea for us, for the very own citizen, to build their country. By exemption of the building exemption. Okay, so now we have to partner with the government as consumers and make sure the exemption meets the target people, because we're going to build our own. We're going to ease up the government and build our very own. We have to build our own. But Mr. Speaker, government have things to do. And government need the help of the citizens. We need the help. Either those that can help, those that cannot. But you see, those that can help, sometimes we think they don't want to help, but we just want to ask. They just want somebody to ask them. Just that. Because, some people have their pride, they have their money, they have their pride. Just have a pride, she don't want me. Come to me. But just go to her. And tell her sign the paper. Yeah, but tell her sign the paper. Just sign the paper. Just sign the paper. Just sign the paper. Mr. Speaker, we're going to talk about the medicine, whilst we were talking on relief on building materials. Medicinal products is very expensive, although we already have, Mr. Speaker, because this is another place or another venue where people are struggling right now. If you're diabetic, asthmatic, or living with a high blood pressure, you already have a lot on your plate. Last thing you need to do is hit with VAT when buying something like glucose test strips or an inhaler. Mr. Speaker, I know I asked for a lot of tax relief, but people need it. We need it. Same goes to things like Panadol, allergy meds, antiseptic, blood pressure medicine, basic health stuff. Some of it's VAT-free. Yes, some of it is already VAT-free, but not nearly enough, because we see the rising of NCDs in our country. It rising. I think best we will put back a VAT on them food there, because sugar, people eating too much sweet thing and corned beef and thing because and salt and thing, because we trying to ease up, but people know better and they're not doing better. I don't know why. We know the beer not good and we still drinking the beer. But our head hard. More sugar, more yeast. More we drink the BB and grapefruit. More sugar good in us. And we still drinking it, and next year you're going to test our pressure and it's high and you're going to buy tablets. But sometimes this is a whole community spirit. We need to eat right. Although I asked him for the relief on the medicine, on the building material, but we need to do it right. We know better. But globalization, you're going on your phone and you're talking to Google, what to eat that not causing that, and it answering you. Simple as that, it answering you. No, but we are still reading books. So now we need to go back to eating right. Because we're not getting young, we're not getting young. Everybody's getting older. And we're putting already a burden on the government for more relief. Why still asking for the relief, but for more relief and more relief. And we still continue eating wrong and still continue eating things with sugar, because the government give a tax relief on sugar, you just go and sweeten your juice sweeter. Because you don't think your juice was sweet enough, so you can put more sugar. And I know the Honorable Williams, when we went to our trip in St. Vincent, and she was just eat right. Too much carbs, too much this, too much that. 5-star general, too much this, too much that. No. And I always remember she saying, watch, look at the plate. Provision, rice, spaghetti, starch. Starch. And we know better, and we still eat it. I said, no, that man, doc, man, that's all right, man. Burn that out, man. Burn it out when? When we burn that out? Boy, we know better. Let's do better. And so put the burden on us with our health and the burden on the government with relief for health medicine and the children for the upcoming, because this thing, we are in guys 21 to 35, just inherit diabetes. Your auntie, your grandmother, nobody will have it. But where you get that?
Sugar.
You take it too much sugar. Too sweet. So we know better. We need to buy into this. And don't worry about the peer pressure to go and drink sweet juice and drink baby. Don't worry about that. You're watching your health. Because if I watch it, I get old, so I have to watch mine. I have to watch mine. But we need to watch it from an earlier stage. Because too much young people, even teenagers, their grandmother do have it. Their great-grand do have it. The auntie, uncle on the next side don't have it. But where are you getting it? Is the eating habits it's bad? Parents have to watch that too, you know. Parents just giving them all kind of processed stuff. Boy, boil the pumpkin and mash it for the child. Boil the pumpkin and crush it. And give it to the child to eat. All those good things, all those buying, all those poison. Raising the child sugar. Simple as that. Eat local. Buy into the program. Support local. We eating, boy, I don't know if it's black people sin they carrying. I don't know if they like, why we like to eat so much large portions. They even have something they call niggeritis. You have a big portion of rice, dashing thing, and after you lie down, and you're good. But after a while, your body, when you're aging, cannot process those things. So NCDs is going to rise up. You have sugar, you have diabetes, you have pressure, you have too much salt, and it starts, and you want relief on medicine, and then you're going to build the government medicine too expensive, and we're not watching our eating habits. Let's correct this. Because the Prime Minister always asks about sugar. He don't drink alcohol, right? No. I already said at that time. And I checking like, I don't try that, but I don't know. I'll leave that. Do that. I can't do that. I don't. I can try. Yeah, we know better. But I'm going to move on to, because my constituency, I never even, boy, let me read. Sometimes we look all over the island to start new things, and we forget that some communities already doing a lot with very little. And today, I want to say plainly, it's time we give Marigot the recognition, the respect, the resource that is truly deserved. Yes. Mr. Speaker, Marigot is ready to become a town. You don't have to call it a town. If we want to, we can. The third town, or just take the place of the second town. The services are there. We have hospital, we have banks, supermarket, churches, pharmacy, business place, a strong farming and fishing culture. And of course, we have Douglas Charles. And we have adjacent to Marigot, we have international airport soon to finish. So technically, I don't claim anything, but you must pass Marigot. You're born to where? Who? You going Granby, you want to pass passport? Joyride you like, man. Joyride you like, man. You must pass Marigot. You're born to, not that joyride you're going on. But I'm saying this because our gateway, after Maria, I see helicopter land on the Fisheries complex. Helicopter land. The first bank to open is Marigot Cooperative. First bank, first machine to land, first thing to land right there. To land here in Marigot. The avenues is there. Marigot is a gateway to Dominica. The gateway have to look a certain way. The gateway have to have a certain sense of belonging and wanting to pass through. Yes. You tired of my tongue, you know? Okay. Now, along with the Ministry of Tourism, I have been encountering some issues. Marigot land, a lot of Marigot land belongs to Marigot people. You can see it on the west side or anything. And I realize people, well, government giving people land. I was seeing anything just building on the outside. You take a hole, you swim with a hole in it and just build a shack. And you know what they're saying? My PM not giving me land. You need to do my thing. My PM, my PM. My government will not give me the piece of land. I say, no. I watching it like, so that's the standard the Prime Minister tell you to build? No, I don't have money. I say, listen to me. You have to go back. And this is not just, it's not a farm shed. This is the site of Marigot. We already speak about that. Too much derelict house, shacks. When the first site you see, I don't like to say it. So remember, I cannot give people land and bong, so whoever give them the land and the bong have to rectify that and tell them you have to have a certain standard. International airport building. So let's say Mr. Honorable Henderson like his joyride past Portsmouth to go Granby. So 5 people passing through Marigot and the other 10 passing through. So now the 10, I want the 10 to be captivated with what they see. So I don't know, along with Ministry of Tourism and Housing is responsible for land and so, right? Voila. I would like to request a meeting so we can, no, not this afternoon, so we can rectify and give suggestion to the lease, whoever have the lease, who have the lease, you see the lease, whatever permission they give them, we need to give them a criteria. Once you build a bar, a shop, you see along the wayside, the main road, no too short, too flam thing, standardized thing. Airport, international airport come in, they'll shack there, I will help all break it down. And we need to give them time limit, or if we will even have to sponsor them and give them some grants to build it, or build it and rent it for them. Because everybody, village council, feel request for bayside land and riverside land, people fighting, people pulling cutlass there. Don't I serious? You can even ask Mr. Walsh and Mr. Lestra, they know about it. People fighting for land. And yeah, the joke now. I want to see that in the but they know me already. Some of them are fighting not even for Marigot. That is my problem. Isn't it? But Marigot people have plenty of land. Some of them are fighting, not even for Marigot. But anyway, we welcome everybody, but don't fight for it. Let's do a proper program so it can be eye-catching and captivating. When you pass through Marigot, you see no derelict shack just put up in the place. We need to fix that. We're going to fix that. Because I don't like to see it. I don't like to see it at all, at all. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, also, I want to propose also, a part of the Marigot plan, we establish...
Honourable Member, one sec. Mr. James, pass it, let Honourable Jesma Paul deal.
Yeah.
This is distracting. And show the unity as he said there, so...
Okay.
Jesma Paul will deal.
Okay, all right. Mr. Speaker, as Marigot, the Northeast is a vibrant agriculture and fishing community. The records of catches, I think is the Northeast are the most highest yields is in Northeast, I think. So what I am trying to do is buy into the program to make the first year agricultural first year agricultural program in the college be in either northeast or an area in the northeast to further strengthen our food security and our back to the soil, back to basic, to preserve our heritage and eat what we grow. So you see our first year plan, as we already have a knack and young kids grow up in a farming family, and those who are interested in continuing the farming program, let's make the first year, whether in the northeast, whether in our next government building, so we can make this thing. Because everybody thinks agriculture is this dirty clothes thing. Mr. Speaker, you see every week, you see this stipend, what, 2,500? I get in here. 1 week, I can get out of my farm. 1 week, I can get out of my farm. Because agriculture, you see Friday coming? Yeah, hey, you can see, you see Friday coming? I can say I want $500 in my pocket. And go and get $500 for produce and sell. I determine what I put in my pocket. And if I want to make a contribution to this community, if it's don't let go nothing yet, I took money in my pocket still. Why? I can't tell my wife that. No, I can't tell her that. Not my money. Your money, not my money. I can't tell her that. 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 Yeah. So, Mr. Speaker, let's talk a little about fish. Our fisher folks in Marigot work hard. The Honorable Defoe, behind the wall, is a man that key. He's very key. He's very key. He likes salt. Everything is salt, he likes it. He said this, salt. Salt. He likes fish. He likes the water. So, we are only scratching the surface of what is possible. We have a 55 million complex, fisheries complex. And listen to me, I don't like how I see it now. I don't know if we need to, Honorable Roland, we need to go in there. We need to put some proper structure and management inside it. P.S. I told him so already. That 55 million, I find it just there going on. We need to educate the fishers there. We need some proper upkeep, proper management. Ice machine always break down. Fishers cannot go and fish. We need to do some management in that complex. 55 million just there. We need to fix that. We're going to fix that. Under my watch, we're going to fix that. We're going to put proper management inside there. And if they don't want to manage it, if they're from Marigot that they don't want to manage it, bring other people. $55 million not going down the drain like that, but it in Marigot. So we have to properly and execute that and use the maximum capacity of the capability of the facility. 55 mil? No. We have to fix that. No. That is a lot of money, Honorable. We have to fix that. That's just there. Fishers cleaning fish, nobody paying water. Man just cleaning fish, man. Nobody not paying for the water, they just open pipe and who monitoring that? No. We have to fix that. We have to call the fisher group, fish hunters, and fix it and make them fix it. They have to buy into it. It's our complex that there. And they're in charge, it's not their own. We put them there to fix it and to run it. So to make sure they run it in the best way to maximize its capacity. 55 million, just there. No. We have to fix that. Mr. Speaker, we have sometimes might be dialect. Kokoi, right, Honorable Minister of Education? The Kokoi. UNESCO did a project to bring it into the schools. I don't know if it stopped or they continue it. As part of the reform of education, Wesley Marigot, we have the linguists and them in Wesley, the people that can teach it, write it. We can have a little form in it, a little part in it in the reform, so we can introduce it back or introduce it if it ever was. We used to do it as recreation, but we can put it back as form of a language. Because the Kokoi also, the Creole French, the broken French, the Patois. Because Marigot, we hardly speak Patois. I don't know Patois. The only Patois we know because it was they use often. But all these things, Delbert again, Delbert PRO. But now, again now, we need the community to buy into it because a lot of Marigot people, we want the patois in Marigot too, in the schools too, because when we go St. Lucia, we go Martinique, Guadeloupe, we surrounded by patois. And we just there, we don't know nothing. Okay, ça va? We don't know more. We don't know more. So, gone on the days when Marigot people never want to speak patois. We need it. And sometimes you all maybe want to pick up the Kokoi. Well, whatever. But that's it. This is part of the whole education reform. Because if I could speak the patois when I go French St. Martin, when I go Guadeloupe, I'll be already versed, but I don't know. I have to call a friend to translate. If the people don't pick up, I have to go on, if I don't have data, I have to try and get data to go on translation. But this is a way of making the youths learn something because we don't have much population of the Haitian no more. I don't even know where they go. I can't get people to work for me. I don't even know where they go. So we need to buy in to the youths, teach them the patois, teach them the Kofo. It's our culture, you know. It's not to say we're a thing we inherit or blah, blah, blah. We just come in a thing. It's our own. We have to claim it and own it. So let's add this as part of the reform. Just add it as part of the reform. Mr. Speaker, we have health. We must give credit must be given where it's due. The government has made some real progress in health. I want to commend them for hiring more nurses, bringing in specialists, and building new hospitals, especially Roseville and Marigot. These are steps in the right direction. We all want to see our people get care they deserve right here at their home. Mr. Speaker, I'm getting old. I don't want to commute from Marigot to Roseville just for a scan. So this scan might make us just save my life in Marigot because the doctor can predict what is my issue before reaching 45 minutes away. Sometimes I reach Concord, I pass out. So in my old age, although we had a soft opening, I want a hard opening. Yeah, I want a hard opening. This soft thing doesn't work. Them soft thing doesn't work. Soft thing can't work. That will fall long. That cannot work. Soft thing cannot work. I need a hard opening. Hard. That soft opening cannot work. Hard. Trust me. It cannot work. It cannot work. Mr. Speaker, I also have a little proposal in the health You see, especially in the health, we have a lot of diaspora with doctors and on social media willing to give. They're willing to come back and give back. Let's capitalize on that. Let's capitalize on that. Kidding, say and blah, 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 and blah, blah. Lord them. No hate. Let's buy into it. They're from Dominica. Let's help them. And I don't know why. You see this thing here? That's a problem, you know? You see this? This is a problem. People believe this is direct contact, so it's their phone, and you have to answer it, and you have to go on social media and put what you want, and say what you want, because it's a parallel you cannot answer. I can answer. Yeah, okay. Say what you want. I want to answer on Facebook, but we'll meet. I can answer. So say what you want. But before I was Honorable, is there that there? Honorable Anthony Charles, I was Tony Rebel. So don't believe you're going to tell me what you want because you vote for me. You're not going to tell me what you want. You're not going to tell me what you want because, oh, I want exemption, I have thing. No. It's a process. Mr. Speaker, I need opposition. You know. I have to go to the Honorable Minister of Health, then FS have to take it, and then they have to stamp it. Because everybody have to go to the process. So you cannot come and say, oh, you and them go to get the waiver. It's a personal experience I encounter. But I laugh, I just come to church, so I was laughing. I say, okay, I'll work on it. But we need, it's a process. Sometimes they say it's slow, but we have to go to the process. Let's go to the process. Give them the inventory, no, Margaret said, let's give the inventory. And we'll examine what we want and do it the right way. Just do it the right way. It's a simple process, and we're quick to go on social media. It has some Caribbean countries that not even putting their crime on social media because they're trying to protect their image. And the very first people to say the parallel of Marigot is my very own people in the diaspora. We always quick to ridicule each other. What you're looking for, fame, gain, is one Dominica. Call the parliament and work with him and say, hey, you're doing that wrong. But you don't know how you're saying it. But you're doing that good. No, take your time. Because I hasty, I didn't the MSG, I hasty. So you have to take your time. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. No, when you come, Mr. Speaker, this government here for 20 years and plus. Mr. Speaker, more a year. The government this, the government that, the government that. Meaning bad things, not positive things. That's the government policy. When you win, you can twist the policy. Well, listen to that. They're keeping the same policy and the same program they say they're going to keep. But you criticize the policy because the government not doing it your way. Give them the recommendation. See, the give is one country. So because say Lucia, take the CBI to court, you're going to take the CBI here to court. And you say you're going to keep the program, you're undermining the program, you want to burn down the whole building for a cockroach and after build it back. Burn down the whole building. Kill the program, make movie, go on the internet, go on thing, and after you want to build it back and use the same program. So you're setting back the country by one little cockroach running up and down. But one country, you know, I don't know where that hate come out in. Take the CBI to court. When you win the election, are you planning to keep it? Yes, but... So what is the point? But what is the point? You criticize that program and you say you're going to keep and you want to kill it before you get it? Mr. Speaker, we have to move on. Because I don't have much time. I can move a motion, you can move a motion in more time. Anyway, you take it from my time. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, you have time.
Yeah, man, I have time, man.
You have time. I will give you, when you reach about 10 more minutes, I will tell you. I'll indicate to you.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I see we speak about a film. I applaud the government initiative to attract international film production to Dominica, to offering tax waivers, duty-free concession, and local access. These are good steps. But if we are seriously about building a film industry, we must move beyond being a backdrop for someone else's story. Dominica must not only be the set, we must also be the storytellers. To that, I propose that alongside initiative for international film companies, the government should introduce a local film development grant, a fund special target at Dominican filmmakers, youth creativities, and independent producers. While it's a short film, documentaries, a full-length feature, our people must be empowered to tell Dominica's story from a Dominican lens. Mr. Speaker, this is not only about art, it's about economics. A strong local film industry means more jobs for makeup artists, camera operators, editors, set designers, and actors. More content for education, marketing, tourism, and national identity. More youth engagement through film groups, clubs, script writing, labs, and digital storytelling workshops. We call for the development of a national film and creative art academy, even a modest pilot program through the Dominica State College, Division of Culture, and the Minister of Youth can empower and push this program. Furthermore, we urge Discover Dominica and the Ministry of Tourism to commit to licensing and promoting at least 5 local-made films per year that showcase Dominica culture, folkways, and heritage. This is the next way to market our Dominica and push it out there. When we only enable our creators here, we empower them, and we still market Dominica easily. Let every cruise ship, dock, and airline setback screen feature content made by Dominica for Dominicans and the world. Mr. Speaker, the world is consuming stories. Let's make sure some of them are ours. Let's put Dominica out there. We need to put Dominica out there. Mr. Speaker, we have a rising issue. Minister of is not there, of security, gun violence. A lot of people here not studying my page, but I put out something for my Marigot people. People kill people. Guns don't. Yeah, people. So I'm going to read the small article. Guns don't kill. Broken is like a poem, but we'll understand. But broken hearts might. Abandoned dreams, neglect homes, silent nights. We as policymakers and politicians can ban the things. We can change the code. We can fix pain by patrolling the roads. We fix it with fathers who shows up, with mothers who get back up, with neighbors that hold hand not weapons. Be your neighbor's keeper. Talk to your neighbor. Don't make noise for boundaries. When a kid grows up without love, without structure, when violence is normal and hope is missing, the first thing is the trigger figure. No love for humanity, so that it's easy to pull. First thing, before you have a conflict with somebody, you pull that. I grew up in a home, in a society, everybody have gun. Everybody. Key license, key not. When I grew up. Even my father had gun. Before he turned priest. Everybody had gun. You know, he had gun. Everybody have and had. Anyway, he's a preacher man now. Not like my gangster father, nobody changed. No, the thing is that we never had guns for people. We grew up on a farm. It's to kill wild dogs or to put down the bull in Christmas time. And those little Tony can hold the 12 gauge and I pump in it. And I shoot in it. We never had guns for people. We never had that. I don't know where that thing and everybody want to have a gun and thing. Gun always there. It's a people mindset that changed. We do not have love anymore. Before your sister give you a problem, this is your own sister. Your sister. The love is gone. And I want to put a little emphasis on we grew up in a Christian society. Dominica is predominantly held by Catholic and the clan. The rest come after. In Marigot, everything that used to take place before was done by the churches. Right now, I see the church and them take back seats. They go and hide and they leave all the social activities, everything for Palrep. Check Palrep. Check Palrep. And they go and hide. Churches, we need your help as policy makers. Take back your community. Play the role that you used to play before. Because when you come an elderly and I'm coming old, I want to sleep with my door open. Take back the role. I can help you all. I've been helping you all already. We need to take back our community. But this gun violence is not because of too much guns. It's because of the love is not there no more. And the other thing is that everybody independent. They're making their money. They believe they don't need a man to grow their child. They don't need a woman to grow their child. Listen to me. You see the love the mother gives and the father the mother gives, that different love. And if the child can get both of them, but Mr. have plenty love, he or she have more love. And everybody believe here, I can mind my child, so I don't need no father. I can mind my no mother. No. You see the father will give. Mommy will say, do that, mommy will beat more often, daddy will do. That is what is shaping a child. We need all love. So the gun violence will be less. The churches need to step back and take the control or the influences they had before they take a back seat. We need all to step up. The politicians cannot control or curb the gun violence. They can take out what things they want, they can patrol and things. We need to start right at home. We need to start right at home. But as he was named, before I should just take gun and throw at the back. Just take gun. No, Marigot is, we don't really know, it's wild pig we going and hunt. We don't have time for that. It's the love. Although I say 1, 2, but we can correct that. And I will correct it too. Because I know I go on every block there. And I go down the block there too. I say, no, we don't do that. We don't keep no. We need more love. Let's go to the riverside. Let's go and build something. We need to curb that because everybody believes it's the guns. It doesn't, but Dominica always had guns. Dominica always had, maybe more, but Dominica always had guns. It's the love, Mr. Speaker. The love. We don't need some more. Simple as that. We need more love. With love and unity, I wonder, Mr. Speaker, I don't know if but the Honorable Prime Minister not there. I seen Honorable Fidel Brand is there, my bigger brother.
10 more minutes.
What? Okay, that's okay, that's okay. That's okay. What? No, I talk too much, man. What are you? What? The what stop work, man? Okay, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. We need, no, I don't need more time. We need the unity. I don't know if Honorable, as a sign of unity, as a bigger brother, my bigger brother name is Fidel also, as a sign of unity, you see, this, I don't want to get back to you now, as a sign of unity. We have to buy into it, and you have to make sure the people then buy into it. And we are willing to work together. I'm going to make a recommendation. In the parliament, let's do an exchange. In the parliament, that we're willing to work together. With this question you have there and this, Dominica, let's do an exchange. Yes, no, they don't have a request. Because this is what we're here for. This is what I can't talk what. Okay, I'm going to try. I pray, brother, say that here. Okay. Now, after God is the earth. So as my neighboring, I want us to exchange. So you can, so as a part of unity. You can start to take it out now. I'm taking out mine. As a part of unity. You know, you don't want to be united? You don't want to be united? Okay. Okay, all right. But we are ready. My circle do have no crest, you know. But anyway, the government, as I alluded, Mr. Speaker, is willing, and I'm willing to work with them to move Dominica in the correct direction and put away all the hate, the animosity, and the biting, and the thing, and solve all problem, and let's build our Dominica, Mr. Speaker. It's one Dominica, is our own. Claim it, own it, push it, advertise it, make it your own. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I'm permitted. Let me just clarify one or two things which Honorable Charles said, and then I'll take it from there. But regarding the BAM road, Honorable Charles, is actually 65% work done. The work audit that was done, so it's actually 65% complete, and that was done up till the Bailey Bridge. However, there was an issue with the pavement and some other works and the quality which you are aware of. And based on the European Union's guidelines, it had to be stopped. So we tried our best to continue, but European Union, they have their guidelines, they have their conditions. So, but we will look into it again. As regards to liquid petroleum, Mr. Speaker, there's no tax on liquid petroleum.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, there's not even customs service charge.
Yeah, but in your rebuttal, you can address it properly. Right. I thought you were just going to do a 30 seconds.
Right now.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House be adjourned until 2:30 this afternoon. 2:30. 2:30. Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Second.
Mr. Speaker.
It has been moved and seconded that the House be adjourned until 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. House stand adjourned until 2:30 p.m. this afternoon.